First up on the show, political turmoil continues in Niger. A race to leave the country has begun. France and other European nations are evacuating their citizens. United States has also ordered evacuations of some of its staff members from its embassy. Although the mission will remain open, Niger has been a key Western ally in its fight against Islamist insurgency in Western Africa under the now ousted President Bazoum. France, United States, Germany and Italy have troops in the country. A regional body, the Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS, has unleashed sanctions against Niger and warned of using force if President Bazoum is not reinstated. Meanwhile, two other countries in the Sahel region, Mali and Burkina Faso, led by a junta regime, say that they would consider any foreign intervention as a declaration of war against them as well. Remember, Russia has embraced military regimes in both countries. Supporters of Niger's junta could be seen waving Russian flags, raising concerns for the West that Niger could fall under Russia's influence soon. ECOWAS sent a peace delegation to Niger on Wednesday before they decided to intervene. Moreover, General Abdurrahmane, who led the coup and declared himself as the new leader of the state, says he will not bow under pressure.
Out of a sense of duty and fear, the people of Niger are aware of the seriousness of the situation facing our country. We have always been humble enough to listen to all the parties concerned and open to dialogue so that once everyone's emotions have subsided, we can work together to create the conditions for a peaceful transition.
The US and France see Niger, the largest country in West Africa, as a bulwark against Islamist insurgency in the region. The Al-Qaeda, the Islamic State and several other jihadist groups operate in the Sahel region. The current ouster of President Bazoum puts a question mark on those efforts. West African defense chiefs are meeting in Nigeria to discuss the next steps. How will this pan out for the country is yet to be seen. For more on this, we're now being joined by Ajik Mangut from Abuja. Ajik, thanks very much for talking to us. There seems to be strong opposition on the ground against Western forces. Reports also reveal that Russian flags were waved in the country. Is the coup taking a new dimension?
Well, what we've seen in the days following the coup last week is growing sentiments and hostility against former colonial power, that's France. The locals in Niger are blaming, France, are warning France to stop interfering in its affairs. We've seen attacks on its embassy and a burning of flags, which France has responded to say that there would be consequences for those actions. And then we've seen neighboring countries like Burkina Faso and Mali, who are also being led by military juntas, coming in to support the military takeover in Niger. And so there have been protests by supporters of this coup, saying that President Bazoum, who is a key ally or a strong ally of France and the US, has not been able to do much to end the insurgency in the country, the Islamist insurgency in the country, despite having troops in the country. And so they're saying that they want France to leave the country. They don't want France to continue to interfere in its affairs.
Right. So there seems to be some amount of disenchantment with France and Western allies as far as the fight against Islamist insurgency is concerned. But Bazoum has been the face of that fight against Islamist insurgency. And that's bound to suffer, of course.
Yes, indeed. Countries like Mali, Burkina Faso and Guinea, where Islamist insurgency linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIS have been operating, have had their governments being overthrown by the military, and they are sort of aligning with Russia as an ally. And now they're coming in to support the military in Niger. And Niger has been seen as a key ally in the US and France's fights against insurgency in that region. region. France has troops in the country. The U.S. also has troops in Niger as well. And so with sanctions being imposed by ECOWAS and the military not backing down, saying that they will not bow to pressure, there are concerns really from security experts and even from the West that this could complicate the fight against the insurgents who are operating in those places and displacing millions of people.
Right. Ajik Mangu, thanks very much indeed for joining us with the very latest on what's happening in Niger as the West and its allies mull their next steps.